remember noticing that Bickerstaff was telling their bigs to stay back, and I think you might have even said something in the huddle, and then that kind of led into one of your pull-up threes late. Can you kind of take me through identifying what was going on and then, using it to get a three?
The more you get deeper into the season and play different teams, there's different personnel that you have to adjust to. They're very long, athletic, especially their two bigs. So they can cover a lot of ground by not even being as far up the court. So they were trying to chase over the top, funnel us into the paint, and then those guys were just waiting on us with length and all that. We got a lot of kickouts early in the game, and then it kind of got a little stagnant. So just try to create a little bit more space where we could work off the pick and roll. Loon and Draymond and them set great screens, so we could come off pretty free, and then it's just about making quick decisions, because once you take a couple extra dribbles or get too deep, like, they can make their presence felt. So it was a good adjustment, and you expect, next game there'll probably be a different look.
Over your stuff. The stats have you now after this game's 7 of 9 at the rim this game, and 79% for the season, which is the best on the team. Anything you can point to about the rim finishing being this good at age 34?
I mean, obviously knowing I can shoot the ball and can put a lot of pressure on defenses there, you got to be able to have a change up to, get to the paint and just find creative ways to finish. I'm not playing above the rim, so it's just a matter of playing angles and having some touch in there. But you got to use your shot as a threat to open up driving lanes, and been able to do that, even coming off great screens from guys, not being afraid of contact either. Don't get to the foul line that much, but still just trying to figure out how to get your lane, get your driving angle, protect the ball, get it on the rim, and hope it goes down.
Steph, do you remember the year when you played well in the playoffs, and then I think it was maybe 13, 14? Do you remember feeling the defense being different or more like ready for you, or having a different scheme after watching you play well? And do you see anything that Jordan's going through that reminds you of what you went through?
For sure. That's the evolution of being a scorer in this league, where you're not going to surprise anybody about what you do. They scout you, they game plan for you. You talked about before the game a little bit more than just a one-liner of what your tendencies are. So you have to get the reps of seeing different defenses, understanding that, again, we keep saying letting the game come to you is the biggest thing, because you can't fight that pressure, that attention. There's too many good athletes in this league on the defensive end. So the more you can just keep the game as simple as possible, trust that even if you're getting extra attention, you can get off of it, get it back, and still get your shot attempt, still get some looks. The game will come around, in your favor. But it's just about getting the reps to understand what that really feels like. The Clippers back in the day was probably the biggest adjustment, where I just saw bodies everywhere coming off the pick and roll, and you gotta, again, that was the evolution of just being able to get off of it and move, off the ball a little bit, knowing that you're not just gonna come off and just pick guys apart on the first option of the pick and roll because they're waiting for it.
You scored 18 in the fourth tonight. I think 6 in 6 games this season, you've scored at least 10 in the fourth. Is there being like almost a conscious decision or flip in your head of just saying, okay, I'm going to put these close games to rest and just take over and win it for us?
I kind of classified as just being aggressive, kind of to Marcus' question, what is the defense giving you? And being decisive. I had one bad turnover to start the fourth tonight, and then kind of understood what the looks and the reads were. Obviously, shots have to fall, but just aggressive attacks, off pick and roll, getting off of it, getting guys involved, getting to the paint, finishing, coming off shooting. A lot of confidence that's carried over from our playoff run last year, where you understand, how to balance the playmaking and the scoring.
What did having Dante back in the lineup do for the team, and more specifically, you and Jordan?
I mean, he's just a veteran presence that's been around high intensity basketball. He doesn't really make that many mistakes, with the ball. He's a really solid defender on the ball, off the ball. He knows what's going on. Nothing surprises him. So he kind of just steadies everybody a little bit. And, he only got one shot tonight, but you could tell his presence was felt on the court in his 15 minutes. So I'm sure he'll get more rhythm offensively and kind of look for his a little bit more and get going. But another guy you just trust with the ball in his hands to make the right play and to really kind of, hate to use the word glue guy, but like be a steady, presence with that second unit.
Steph, you've scored 30 or more points in 9 of the first 11 games for the first time in your career. Steve said he's running out of adjectives to describe your game, but he complimented just how well in shape you are. And I was just curious, is this the best you felt to start a season?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best I've felt. Like physically, I've just, again, trying to maintain the rhythm and peak kind of performance that I've had for a while now. The numbers obviously look good. I want to keep that going, but just have a lot of confidence out there that I can do kind of whatever I want and, have fun playing the game and, considering our struggles early and, how things we're trying to get over the hump as a team. It's nice to know you can kind of will your way into big games like that to help us get, some solid momentum, see how long it lasts.
Steph, you guys went about looks like eight deep, all veteran guys with the exception of Anthony Lamb. Do you think this is early for that? And did you part of that earlier confidence where you guys were like, we'll be fine? Was it knowing that at any moment you could just kind of do this and right the ship?
I mean, we thought that going into the season, but we kind of got rocked a little bit. And you start to kind of find yourself searching a little bit. When you would lose 5 in a row on the road, 5 in a row at any point, there are some there's some angst that's involved in the day-to-day and trying to get out that hole. And I don't envy coach's position on trying to figure out what the right rotations are, what the right combinations are. He's tried a lot in 11 games or 12 games or whatever it is. And all we need is just to keep winning, while we're figuring it out. That's the goal, because we're nowhere near if the playoffs start tomorrow, which thank God they don't, we wouldn't have a real identity of who we are. But right now we're trying to claw our way out with just intensity, focus, just trying to win games at all costs, no matter who's out there, and learn while winning. That's our challenge right now, because we know we have a lot of growth to happen individually and collectively, and guys are still gonna get opportunities. That's how we do things, but right now it's about winning.
Steph, I saw you Wednesday, and to see your friend Cameron, and then tonight you're rocking AZ's jersey. Two women who were in your elite camp, and just again, is this another part of your platform just to continue to keep women's sports visible? You spoke about Brittany Griner on ring night. I mean, all of those things, part of it.
No, for sure. Celebrate the women's game. It's nice to see Cam in person play. Can't get over to UConn and watch AZ, but it's her birthday and start of the season, so I want to shout her out. But yeah, basketball is basketball. I want to continue to do our part to shine a light and celebrate those women that are doing amazing things out on the court.